We got people who got sight and they blind, and they can't find their vision. So that's what Blind City, the podcast, is about, helping people find their vision. Because I found mine, because I'm sitting next to Mikala McGhee. I can't see you, baby, but you see me.
I do see you.
As a matter of fact, let me see your arm for me. Where your arm, baby? Hold on. I don't want to touch your fingers. Here we go.
Here he
Charles.
goes. He's giving me the Ray Charles rundown,
y'all.
Fine.
Oh, you fine. I got it. Yeah, Mikala McGhee. Yes.
Langford Cunningham is really an inspiration.
Mr. Langford Cunningham.
Blind City, the podcast. It's headed up by a guy named Langford Cunningham. He had to lose his sight to find his vision.
Welcome to Blind City, the podcast. I'm your host, Langford Cunningham. We are the therapy for these streets.
Everybody got their ops, everybody got their enemies, but for real, now you don't even got to worry about your enemy. It be, the closest motherfuckers around you.
No, this is real. We getting shot by police. We getting stereotyped.
We didn't get a proper investigation. Well, definitely, I think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Your car got shot up, right?
Yeah, it struck the bullet.
Yeah, you from the hood.
They just passed a law where you can give a kid a gun without the parents' permission.
Wait a minute. They can do what? We got people in power that's not really for the people. They think the people work for them. You work for the people.
We got to talk about the disparities in our community.
North side look like a bomb didn't hit it.
Hey y'all, this is Tashara Jones, Mayor of the City of St. Louis, and I listen to Blind City, the podcast.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast. You can find us on all social media platforms.
BlindCityThePodcast.com. BlindCityThePodcast.com. I'm your host, Langford Cunningham. I had to lose my sight to find my vision. And I wish I had vision today. I got a beautiful young lady inside the city. She is Miss Missouri, Miss Show Me State, Mikala McGhee. Welcome to the city.
Thank you so much, and hello to Blind City, the podcast, our viewers. Langford, thank you so much for having me in today.
Well, thank you for rolling up to the city.
Of course.
We got a fabulous show. We got Michael Collier, the legendary comedian. He will be streaming live from Los Angeles, and we will talk to Michael Collier and find out what he has going on in his life and also with his comedy career. He's a legend, seasoned veteran. And then we're going to talk to you, Miss McGee, to find out how did you put yourself in position to become Miss Missouri, and what are you doing to prepare to become Miss USA.
All right.
So we will be right back after these messages. BlindCityThePodcast.com.
I speak Spanish. That's my second language. I've been speaking since I was like 5 years old.
Say, you think I'm better looking than Ray Charles?
Oh, tú miras muy bien, más de Ray Charles.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Only thing I know in Spanish is nachos, not your.
Please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City, the podcast.
BlindCityThePodcast.com. I'm your host, Langford Cunningham. I had to lose my sight to find my vision. I don't walk with a cane or a dog, but I am better looking than Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles. And I have a spectacular co-host with me, Mikala McGhee. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here with you.
You just pulled up to the city.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a special guest who just pulled up from Los Angeles. He's a legend. He's a seasoned veteran. And I was on his morning show, the Michael Collier Morning Show.
Woo!
Michael Collier, welcome to the city. How you doing?
Man, I'm supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. How you doing?
Oh, that's a lot.
We're doing good. We're doing good. I had to get you on the show. You've been doing a lot of things. You've been flying back and forth from Atlanta to L.A. and all around. What's going on with you and your career right now?
Thank you, man. Thanks for inviting me on, first of all. I really appreciate you, and you were a great guest when you came on our show, so thank you again for that. You know, I don't know who your if your viewers know me or not, but I'm a comedian, actor, Michael Collier, and I'm just doing shows, man. I have a morning show, which I started because of COVID. You know, COVID on March 13th, 2020, because of COVID, our nation closed every comedy club in America on the same day, March 13th. I'm usually booked 8 months in advance, 5 to 6 shows every weekend. All that was gone in a day. So I could have came home and cried like little. Or I could have came home and figured out something else to do. So I sat at my kitchen table and I started my own morning show. It's called the Michael Collier Morning Show. And we do it 5 days a week, 7 a.m. Los Angeles time. And every show we have a comedian, we have spoken word artists, musicians, we have Black scientists, we have anyone that lifts and uplifts the community. And every show we pray. You know, people love this show. And hey, woo, woo, woo. It's the Michael Collier Morning Show.
Woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. And that's one of the things we do. I do that 5 days a week. And then you mentioned Miss Pat. Miss Pat is a wonderful comedian and actress, comedic actress. And she has her own comedy specials. She's a huge, a successful comedian who went through a lot of stuff. I mean, the woman had been shot and sold drugs and went to prison and just all kind of stuff. And now she's risen out of the ashes like a phoenix. And she's an awesome stand-up comedian. But she has her own show on BET Plus called The Miss Pat Show. And she gets to depict her view of what her family is or what her family was. And she tells it like a TI is. And I've been blessed to be on an episode. I'm doing a Christmas episode. Actually, Santa Claus. I don't want to give too much of it away. Ooh. But it's an amazing episode. And Debbie Allen directed it. In fact, one scene that I did, I got a standing ovation from the crew. I'm like, come on, somebody. When the crew stops and do a stand-up. So it's going to be pretty amazing. It comes out right around Christmas, BET Plus. And it's called The Miss Pat Show. And I have 2 books that drop in October. So I have a children's book called Little Bobby White. And the same day, I'm dropping my first erotic poetry book. It's called In the Wet Spot, Blue Erotica by MC Butternuts. Now, on top of all that,
Butternuts. Oh, here we go.
and it's really an awesome book. Let
me ask you this, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Switching the subject real quick. You out there in Los Angeles. We just had a murder of another young rapper out there in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yes.
What you think about that? What's going on with our young black men in the hip hop industry? Just young black men dying. How you feel about that?
I don't know. I think, and I don't want to be racist, but it's hard not to be. I think society has done a very good job at training black people how to hate each other. You know, we're very quick to be short with each other. While at the same time, we're more patient with the more paler skinned, the colonizers, if you will, you know. And so we're more patient with other people, we're more giving, but with ourselves, we're intolerant. Black men who have integrity and character, integrity for their community, for their family, for their queen, for their God.
For themselves.
For themselves. Thank you. Rare indeed. So we know that that's out there. So I think responsible black men have an obligation, a responsibility to try to pull up as many young black men as they can and try to point them in the right direction. Right. And try to remind them that it's all good because it's all God, to try to get the God aspect back into the lives of our community, because everything's about family and God. So our community have all these broken families and so many people who've turned their backs on God. Where do you go when you don't read the rules, when you don't follow the rules? When there's no rules, there's always chaos. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get back to God, because when you get back to God, you get back to you. Where do you think God resides? In the center of your heart. So the closer you get to the center of your heart, the closer you get to God. And the closer you get to the center of the heart, the kinder you're going to treat the world and society. You're going to bring people up. You're going to be more conscientious. You're going to care more.
Well, Michael, you get that, Michael, because you have God with you. You know, you have Holy Spirit with you. Langford, you have Holy Spirit with you. I have Holy Spirit with me. So for us, I feel like it's easy for us to point that out, but we've seen throughout the decades in our government, in our schools, how God is getting taken out of the equation. And so these kids, especially within the family unit, when we're seeing more broken homes, these kids are not being taught that power. They're not being taught those principles, those morals, those values. at arm's length like they used to be. It's even different from whenever I was growing up, and I'm only 28 years old. And
wow.
And I work with these kids in schools, and I do camps, and I see their attitudes. Again, like you said, the way they treat one another, it's just different.
You can tell whether people had parents or not.
Yes.
Sometimes you can look at people, that motherfucker, no, he ain't had no parents. You can just tell by how they treat or don't treat each other. No respect, no dignity, no courtesy. But, if you could be anything in the world, why not choose to be kind?
Mm-hmm.
If you can just be one thing. But because none of that shit is profitable. Profitable is about turning man against man. So the handful of people who have the money can keep all the money. I will never be able to wrap my head around how we live in a world that's full of food and people are starving.
Mm-hmm. And it's been a blessing, Michael, to sit down. You've dropped a lot of knowledge, wisdom, just gems that I really do hope the viewers here do pick up, because it is insightful, and we need to hear that. People need to meditate on that type of information and words. And you're a good man, my brother. You are a good man.
I am so grateful. Please call me right after the show, Miss Missouri, so I can get you on the show. Tomorrow morning would be awesome. And let me just, before I go, tell the people once again where they can find me. If you want to see the morning show, you just go on YouTube, put in the Michael Collier Morning Show, all 483 and jump up. Just pick one, take a peek. You'll be hooked. You'll be hooked, I think. And then look for it starting December, my podcast called Michael Talks to Everybody. Mm-hmm. When you see the lineup of people who've already said yes to the show, it's crazy. And I'm taking my team with me from my morning show. I'm taking them as my co-hosts for my podcast. It's about to be crazy around here. And most importantly, please try to keep God first in your life, man.
Yes.
If you keep God first in your life, man, I swear to you, you can do anything. Anything. You can go anywhere, you can be anything, and you eliminate fear. You'll get back to faith. And once you have all the fear out, dude, you can walk on water. Your alcoholic ass can turn water into wine. Mm-hmm. You can do anything if you have enough faith, man.
Amen,
so keep God first. Have a great day. And I thank you and your lovely, gorgeous co-host. Thank you guys for letting me be on your show this afternoon.
No problem, man. Thank you for taking time out for me. And every time I call, you call me back, brother. You remember the first time when I talked to you over the phone?
Yes. And didn't Kathy hook you up?
Yeah, Miss Kathy Griffin. Yeah, Scarface auntie. Yeah, down in Houston. Yes. Yes. And what did I say? You remember when she handed you the phone?
No. What did you say?
I said, "What's up, legend? This is blindcitythepodcast.com."
Hey, family, it's your boy Michael Collier, world famous, world renowned, often talked about. Whenever I'm in this town, man, I hang out with Blind City the Podcast. They know what's going on over there, man. They talking about it.
blindcitythepodcast.com. I'm your host, Langford Cunningham. I had to lose my sight to find my vision. I wish I had vision today. I got a beautiful young lady inside the city. Mikala McGhee, Miss Missouri. Welcome to the city.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Langford. I'm so happy to be here on Blind City, the podcast with you, all of our viewers. It's going to be a good time.
You got that right. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I guess anybody around you is having a good time, Miss McGee.
Oh, gosh.
Let's get right into it, Miss McGee.
All right.
Tell me about your journey in becoming Miss Missouri.
Well, if I'm being quite honest, this journey was very unexpected. I did not grow up dreaming of being Miss Missouri USA. I didn't grow up dreaming of being Miss USA. Quite the contrary. I was dreaming of being in the WNBA, playing in the Olympics. I was an athlete, really rough, tough around the edges, someone who loved sports, loved competing. A lot, I guess you could label it a tomboy is what a lot of people called me. So this world was very brand new to me. But whenever I was able to take a step back and research and realize what the Miss USA organization about, what pageantry in its core really stood for, which was empowering women and helping them build their confidence and gain professional skills and build a professional network and really help elevate their life. It resonated with me. And I was like, you know what? This is something that I can be a part of. And after praying about it, because really it was a whole God thing, a whole God moment for me. During prayer, he just kept putting it on my heart, and he was like, just inching me to apply. It was just in my mind over and over and over again, just go apply. Like, this is the direction I have for you. And keep in mind, I'm already established in my career at this point. I'm working at Fox 2 News. We were the #1 station in St. Louis. That was kind of my foot in the door.
You know that was a good plug, right?
Oh, a great plug.
You know that was a good plug. I'm just letting you know that was a good plug.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate Fox 2 so much because I didn't go to school for broadcasting. So they really gave me a shot to get my career started in a top 25 market at the #1 station in our region. So, I mean, to have to walk away from that to pursue this new venture was scary. It was a hard decision to make. I was scared, but I had to remove the fear and walk by faith and just believe that this was the path God had for me. And thank God, thank God I won. And I see now why I did, because I'm by no means perfect. And I do have a story, and I'm sure we'll get more into the meat and potatoes of all of that as we go along in this interview. But I feel like young girls needed to have a role model like me in a position right now in this day and age and this time that we're in to look at, and not only let them know that all things are possible and you can switch up your passions and your pursuits at any given time, but you can gain notoriety and you can get success and you can do it the right way without compromising yourself or your morals or who you are as a person to get there. And that's something that I'm really trying to, the message that I'm trying to spread to young girls who are interested in pageantry or broadcasting or whatever route that may be, that you can do it the right way.
And you know, you're right, but we're losing a lot of young girls in these streets to the strip clubs. We're losing a lot of young girls that are getting caught up on the Instagram modeling. I call it instant sham.
Instant sham.
Instant sham.
There are a lot of shams on Instagram. Right. Yes, there are.
And they think they're modeling. And I used to talk to some of them and say, baby, a model is on the runway. A model has sponsors. And they're getting caught up in the street life thinking that's modeling and getting with people who really don't know how to manage them properly. And they get misled into the streets. And then it leads to human trafficking, it leads to sexual exploitation, and it leads to drugs. Like I used to be a strip club advocate. I used to be in the strip clubs all the time. And one thing I noticed about strip clubs, you meet young girls say, well, I strip for the money. But when you go into the strip club, it's really not about the money, because the money they make, they spend it on drugs and alcohol because they doing 12, 13 hours in the club.
Yeah.
And then they become addicted.
Yeah.
So is there anything you can say to them who have aspirations in becoming a model and they may be going down the wrong road, the wrong path, or being misled by a person that really doesn't have their best interest? They just want something from them instead of helping them.
Right. And you know, that's a tangled web to get into and try to unwind and untwine, because we are seeing social media become an area where people are getting paid on social media. I mean, we can't neglect the fact that influencers are getting paid, and very lucratively, to be Instagram models or Instagram influencers, whatever that case may be. But like you said, there's also a lot of shams. A lot of these girls are looking for a ticket or are looking for their foot in the door and not realizing, you know, why are you posting for a brand that you don't really know much about and not getting paid for it? What, to get free stuff? To get free publicity? Why are you paying to be in a photo shoot? Why are you paying to be in a fashion show? If you are a model, that's your job. That's your career. They should be paying you. You should never be paying to be a model if that's what you are, you know? And I think just having true understanding of the industry and how it works, knowing your worth, And even if your rates are small at first because you are just trying to get opportunities, you should never do work for free. Why give away your talents and your effort, especially in modeling, when your face and your body that's your brand, that's your image? Do it for free. And I can say this in a relatable way because I feel like as Miss Missouri USA and hopefully as Miss USA, hopefully Miss Universe, as someone who was interested in modeling and acting growing up, it's easy to lose sight. It's easy to not really understand how the game works. And you have to do your research and you have to get with people who have good intentions, who can guide you, find mentors in your industry, whatever industry that's what you want to be, and get mentors who can put you on game.
That's real talk, Miss Mikala McGhee. We're going to come right back after this PSA. And we're going to find out how are you preparing for this big event to become Miss USA. BlindCityThePodcast.com.
Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less, and you do that by serving other people.
But we got a lot of people serving these dogs and cats. They got pet stores, they got pet hotels, they got pet cemeteries, they got everything for the dogs and cats, and you can't get a homeless person a piece of bread.
Please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City the Podcast.
BlindCityThePodcast.com. We're back with Miss Missouri. Miss Mikala McGhee is inside the city, and she's dropping game. And if you drop game like this to become Miss USA, baby, right now, I'm ready to crown you.
Oh.
I'm ready to crown you.
Sounds good to me.
Matter of fact, where your hand, baby?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, them fingers. Lord have mercy.
Look.
Let me feel you. See, this is Ray Charles.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's giving me the Ray Charles treatment.
See, when Ray Charles' movie came out, I could see. I lost my eyesight 3 years ago, and I remember this when I meet women now, since I can't lust and I can't look at you and stare at you like I'm in a candy store.
Let me feel that wrist,
yeah,
girl.
let me feel it. And I can tell right now, Lord have mercy.
Yay.
Yes, Lord have mercy.
We love to hear it.
Let's go. Let's really talk about it. But let's get right back to it. How are you preparing for this big event?
It's been a long process, okay? So I was crowned Miss Missouri USA May 1st, and ever since then, I have been preparing to take the Miss USA stage, which is gonna be airing on FYI Network October 3rd, and also Hulu Live. So please, everyone, tune in, cheer me on. You can go vote for me for People's Choice. We'll get into all of that. But the way I've been preparing is obviously you have to get your wardrobe together. So it's been a lot of shopping, and I'm not the biggest shopper. So that's kind of been the most stressful part about it for me, is to go get my wardrobe and to go get everything altered. But I'm in love with my evening gown. It's beautiful. Everything that I've picked and that I'm bringing to Nationals Week is something that I feel reflects my personality. It reflects my style, which I would like to say is very classy, elegant, sleek, timeless, a little sporty, because I got the athlete in me, so love that. But other than that, getting in the gym, taking care of my physical health, my mental health, making sure that I'm still spending time with my family and my friends, reading the Bible, just moments to myself to really kind of process and think about what's going on in this extreme event that I'm about to be going to, and now literally under 6 days. So it's been a long process. It can get weary on your mental, but I've just been doing my best to stay centered and stay true to Michaela and not letting outside forces and opinions and sources interfere with what I have going on.
Yeah, you don't want them to disrupt your energy
at all.
Because I can feel your energy right now. You're really focused.
Yes.
You're really focused. You're like LeBron James in the paint right now.
Oh, yes.
You're really focused. You're like Stephen Curry right now, pulling up that three. Yeah, you're real focused right now.
Right. Well, everything that I do, I go into it wholeheartedly. And again, I'm a multimedia personality here in St. Louis. I loved my career as a sports anchor and news reporter at Fox 2. And it really opened my eyes to the fact that I do like to be on TV, and I love people, and I love to tell their stories. And I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to share my story on the Miss USA stage. And I believe I can win. I believe I will be crowned.
I like that.
You know, I can't sit here. I mean, only God knows the details of everything at this point, but I'm confident that I've put in the work and preparation to become the next Miss USA. If that's not the case, and if that's not the plan God has for me, then I am going to be looking to get right back into media, whether that's here in St. Louis or in another city. Ultimately, I really do have aspirations of being a game show host. I would like to create and host my own game show. I would love to get into podcasts. I would love to host game shows as well. I would do Dancing with the Stars, Family Feud.
You know what? You plug it.
Mm-hmm.
You plug it.
Yeah.
Well, Blind City must be had the hottest podcast in the streets. You doing a lot of plugging on my
Blind
show.
City. Look, they're going to have to come back and give you a check after this drops.
Well, you just got an interview from Michael Collier because you came on Blind City, the podcast.
Yeah, yes.
Right.
Put it in the air. You know, you never know. And I try to tell young girls this all the time. A lot of times you're afraid to tell people your dreams or your goals or your aspirations because you're afraid that you won't make it happen. When really, when you put it into the air, when you write it down, I write all my goals down. Big on writing my goals down, reading them every single day, telling people about what it is that I want to do. Because when you put it out into the atmosphere, it does attract back to you, and you attract people who want to help you. Now, you do have to discern against the people who will try to come in and manipulate that dream and who will try to use you and just tell you what you want to hear. But there are a lot of people out there who do want to help you and are willing to put your name into rooms that your feet aren't even in. So I always tell people what I aspire to do. I'm not afraid. And if I fail, guess what? It just meant it wasn't for me, and we're going to go on to the next thing.
Your attitude is your altitude. Did I say that right?
Your attitude? Yes, attitude is your altitude. Yep.
Yeah, your attitude is your altitude. Yes.
I like that.
I would like to thank you, Miss Mikala McGhee, for pulling up to the city. And everybody, I'm sure, from the state of Missouri, St. Louis, all around, will be watching. Give that information again.
Absolutely. So Miss USA is going to be streamed live exclusively on FYI Network on October 3rd. You can also catch it on Hulu Live. Again, it's going to be 51 of the top women in the United States competing for that title of Miss USA. And I could be your next Miss USA, everyone. So please show me some love, send an encouraging word. You can go on the MissUSA.com website and vote for me for People's Choice, which will secure me a spot in the top 16. But if you don't do that, no hate, no love. It's up to the judges anyway. I just appreciate all the support.
No hypnotized hatred. Show this sister some love.
No
Missouri.
hypnotized hatred.
Let's get her in the Sweet 16.
Yes.
Mikala McGhee, thank you for pulling up to the city. And you're a very beautiful person, baby.
Thank you.
It's hard being a gorgeous woman out here because everybody tell you how beautiful you are. But you just as beautiful from the inside out than the outside in.
Thank you.
Because that's the only way I can see you. You see me, but I don't see you.
Well, you saw my soul, and that means more to me than anything.
It's all right. Give me that wrist again. Thank you to the city, blindcitythepodcast.com.
If you found this content helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blind City the Podcast. You can find us on all social media platforms.